right, live picture of the White House right there. And as you probably know, the president has summoned, or at least asked, every Democrat in the Senate to come over and visit him so they can talk about health care. We'll talk about that as the morning goes along. But right now, Congressman Brian Bilbray is joining us on the phone, and he is talking about comprehensive immigration reform. And this is kind of coming to a head here. Congressman, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dan.
All right, now, for the folks at home who don't know, you're obviously very involved in this issue, and you're on the committee that's going to be talking about this. I believe it's tomorrow, right?
Well, I'm the chairman of the Immigration Reform Caucus, and
right.
We specifically are working on this issue. But right now it looks like Congressman Gutierrez from Illinois is actually trying to get the amnesty issue raised up again, especially at a time like now where you have over 10% unemployment nationally. So it's the most extreme left elements of Congress are now trying to resurrect this thing and try to push it through again. And they admit that it's an extreme agenda, because when they say comprehensive, they're not talking about enforcement. They're not talking about securing our borders and cracking down on illegal employers. They're talking about rewarding those who are illegally in our country and finding a way to give them citizenship.
You know, during the Bush administration, as I recall, and I'm sure you remember as well, President Bush sort of proposed a similar thing. How is this different from that?
It's not much different. In fact, it's probably a little more. They're talking about giving in-state tuition to illegal alien so that they can get low-cost
Wait a minute,
college
in-state
at a
tuition?
time when California has raised our college tuition for legal residents by 32%. They talk a whole lot of this other stuff of a combination. It's really because you've got a very strong, organized lobbying group for the illegal immigrants in this country, and they're in Washington really putting pressure on the most extreme left in Congress, and that creates a situation where the rank-and-file average American citizen is sort of cut out of the process.
That's for sure. So, I mean, I don't know what the number is these days. I guess it's 12 million, 14 million, maybe illegal immigrants. And under this plan, basically these people just become citizens and just blend in?
Well, what they say is, well, if you pay $1,000 and you learn English, you get to be moved to the front of the line. My question is, why aren't you offering the same deal to all the 100 million people that love to come here legally, the people who have applied legally?
Yeah.
Why don't you make the same offer to everybody? And they say, well, basically because we'd be overwhelmed. Well, you're really rewarding people for breaking the law, and you're punishing those who have tried to play by the rules. And they really don't understand this issue that we are a nation of immigrants, but legal immigrants, but most importantly, we're a nation of laws. And when you start telling people around the world that you're going to punish the people who played by the rules and reward those who break the laws, you'll never be able to secure. And my big question is, you know, they talk about this 12 million, which are self-declared. These are people that have declared to the IRS that they don't have a Social Security number. So the numbers are much bigger in reality.
Yeah.
But if you're going to sit there and tell the people south of the border and send a message down to people around the world that the American policy is to accommodate those who break the laws and short shaft those who apply, no way we can control our immigration policy. We'll be overrun again like we did what happened back in '86 when, God bless him, Ronald Reagan made a mistake, thought that we were going to do enforcement. What we need to do, Dan, is just start cracking down on the source of illegal immigration, and that's illegal employers. And we do that steady. We send a strong message that we'll do that, and we'll work with people to come here legally, but we will not allow employers to exploit it, and we're not going to reward those people that have broken the law. We can do this. The illegal immigration is dropping off dramatically.
Yeah.
We've got enforcement. We've got a bad economy. Now's the time for everybody to get together and say, let's have a system of enforcement, and let's apply the laws that we have before we start talking about rewarding people who are breaking those laws.
Well, that's certainly another big issue to be stacked on top of the very important things you guys are already dealing with here. So we will chat with you soon and see how things go with your caucus. And Congressman, as you know, sometimes you start out with a wacky idea and then someone will have a completely opposite idea, and you'll find some middle ground, I have a feeling.
Well, we hope to be able to say that, look, once we've been able to stop employers from hiring illegals and we bust them, enough of them, that they finally now start checking, we can allow people to come into this country legally, work for a while, go home, be able to maintain their family connections back in their home country, and both the immigrant and the United States would gain as long as we regulate this properly to where it's not taking jobs that Americans want. That we can do. But the first choice is that before we can do any of that, we've got to shut down the illegal employment, because if you bring somebody in with a guest worker program to pick crops and they can hang drywall, pretty soon there won't be the people working where we need them. They'll be working where they want to work.
Yeah. All right. Congressman Brian Bilbray, live from Washington this morning. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you got it.